Hi, this is James again with Grace Glimpses, and I'm bringing you another part of my series of growing up in Lagro, Indiana. This is my story, and one of the things that has brought me to this is I have been, I guess, as part of getting old or older. I've been looking on Google Maps of how Lagro has been trying to revitalize itself, and it's exciting to see. And one of my goals is trying to get my family and my kids and grandkids to let's go back and see where I grew up. But and just to give you a little background, it was about in my mid-teens is when my family and I moved from Lagro. I'd been back there just a couple times, but I remember going to the Lagro school. Uh, you know, in fact, I believe I was in the last class before they tore the old school down. The sixth grade class before they tore the elementary school down. But that said, I wanted to go back in my previous video. I talked about the accident that my family was in on the old road, the Wabash, and the railroad crossing. I wanted to go back there real quick, show you that again, and then the type of car that we were in. So hold on a second, let me get to it. And right here is the railroad crossing. And of course, if you have driven the old road, you remember this, the trestle right there, and reminding you again, our car stalled on the tracks, and my brother could just see a light coming through the trestle. It stalled, turned around. My dad got out of the car, turned around, pulled me out of the. I was sitting right behind the driver's side. He pulled me out of the window, and I was climbing up this hill somewhere in here, and where the car hit, that's where I was. My body was kind of embedded, protected. There was an indentation, and God protected me. Reason why I wanted to kind of bring you back here. Here is the type of car. This, and I believe this was close to the same color, but this is the style of car. I was sitting in the back left. Dad pulled me out the window, and but this is the type of car we had. So, all right, let me go ahead now. Lagro, Indiana. I want to start this part of the series. This is the house I grew up in. It's right here at the curve, the ball field over here, and there used to be an old basketball court here, and there was a basket here. Remember, played many basketball games there. Of course, the ball field. The ball field used to be turned. The backstop was over here. There were wood bleachers, the dugouts and then there was a dugout on this side, on the back side, and the backstop was over here, and the ball field was all that way. And there used to be a sidewalk that went down the side here. Of course, had the older building they tore down right there. It's neat to see how they are using this as a community. It looks like the post office. But yeah, I grew up in this house right here. Used to be an old tree, a big tree, and we used to have an old wood barn here, right here. But yeah, I grew up in this house, and a lot of memories. I was in this bedroom. My brother and I were in this bedroom, and my sister, there was another bedroom over here. Yeah, spent a lot of time here in front. Remember the family that lived there, and so yeah, a lot of memories. So I guess if you are from Lagro, Indiana, and see this video, comment on it. Comment below about if you remember the Powell family living here in the corner house on the curve. Boy, I remember the old cellar, and wow, just a lot of memories that look like, if I remember, the Reards lived there, and then on the other side, the Dillons lived in this house, and yeah. But growing up in Indiana, Lagro, Indiana, it was just a transparency. We attended church, and that didn't kind of go well with some people. Have a lot of memories of different issues, but yeah, Lagro, Indiana. That was the time where I learned a lot, but now looking back, a lot of good memories. In fact, I remember, I don't know how my dad did it, but we would play baseball in the yard here, and this was the kitchen and dining room. There was a porch here. I remember this was about home plate, and first base was there, second base, and the cellar was always third base. And we would play baseball with the neighborhood kids. And yeah, it was just some amazing upbringing. Now, I don't remember that fire hydrant being there because I think the tree was more out in this area, about right in there, if I remember correctly. But all right, well, again, if you're from Lagro, Indiana, you see this, if you remember the Powell family, go ahead and comment below. But growing up, my story, Lagro, Indiana, James Powell, and thank you for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and trust you have a great day, and we will catch you on the next video of my story, Lagro, Indiana.